अब उन दोनों को डालो पिंजरे में। अब मैं खाऊंगा उन दोनों को।
थोड़ी देर और रुक जाओ शेर खान, उसके बाद खा लेना।
अरे बाबू, इतना देर हो गया, अभी तक चिंकी पैसा लेकर नहीं आई।
चिंटू, लगता है अब वो शेर हमें खा जाएगा। मुझे तो बहुत डर लग रहा है।
डर मत बाबू, मुझे लगता है कि जरूर चिंकी पैसा लेकर आएगी।
अब और इंतजार नहीं हो रहा मुझसे। मैं उन दोनों को कब खाऊंगा।
ये ले और ले। अरे मम्मी, मारना बंद करो। वहाँ चिंटू और बाबू शेर का खाना बनने वाले हैं। क्या बोली? चिंटू और बाबू की जान खतरे में है। हाँ मम्मी, अगर मैंने 10 रुपए ले जाकर उन बिल्लियों को नहीं दिया तो वो बिल्लियाँ चिंटू और बाबू को शेर के पिंजरे में डाल देंगी। क्या? अरे तो ये लो 10 रुपया और जल्दी जाओ, उन्हें बचा कर लाओ। ठीक है, लेकर आती हूँ उन दोनों को।
बस अब हो गया 10 मिनट। अब वो लड़की नहीं आने वाली तुम दोनों को बचाने के लिए। वो भाग गई तुम दोनों को छोड़कर। नहीं नहीं, थोड़ी देर और रुक जाओ, चिंकी पैसा लेकर आती ही होगी। चुप करो तुम दोनों। मम्मी, उन दोनों को पिंजरे के पास लेकर आओ ठेले के साथ। ठीक है, लेकर आती हूँ।
हमें छोड़ दो, हमें शेर को मत खिलाओ।
बिल्ली, बस थोड़ी देर और इंतजार कर लो ना।
अब जल्दी दरवाजा खोलो और उन दोनों को अंदर डालो।
अभी खोलती हूँ।
अब जल्दी डालो उन्हें पिंजरे में, मैं खाऊंगा।
मम्मी, अब इन्हें अंदर डालो। चलो अब पिंजरे में तुम दोनों। बाप रे, कमीनी बिल्लियों ने हमें शेर के पिंजरे में डाल दिया, केवल 3 आइसक्रीम के लिए। शेर खान, अब खा जाओ इन्हें।
अब कहाँ बच के जाओगे तुम दोनों।
नहीं नहीं शेर खान, तुम हमें बस छोड़ दो। हम तुम्हें ढेर सारा मुर्गा खिलाएंगे।
हाँ, और हम तुम्हें बकरी भी खिलाएंगे। बस हमें मत खाओ शेर खान।
मुझे बेवकूफ बना रहे हो शेर खान को। अब तुम दोनों मेरे इस बड़े पेट में जाओगे।
भाग बाबू।
अबे कमीनी बिल्लियाँ, पिंजरे का दरवाजा जल्दी खोलो ना, नहीं तो ये शेर हमें खा जाएगा। हम नहीं खोलेंगे ये दरवाजा, बड़ा मजा आ रहा है ये खेल देखने में।
अरे खोलना रे हरामी बिल्ली, यहाँ मेरी जान खतरे में है।
कब तक भागोगे? हार जाओगे तो मैं तुम दोनों को खा जाऊंगा।
बाप रे, इतनी तेज गर्मी पड़ रही है कि तेज दौड़ भी नहीं पा रही हूँ। और 10 मिनट भी पूरा हो गया है, अब क्या करूँ? कोई गाड़ी भी नहीं दिख रही है यहाँ।
चिंटू, अब और नहीं दौड़ पाऊंगा मैं, मेरी सांसें फूल रही हैं।
मैं भी दौड़ते दौड़ते थक गया हूँ।
लेकिन मैं नहीं थका हूँ।
बाबू, चल हम इस पिंजरे के ऊपर चढ़ जाते हैं। शेर पिंजरे के ऊपर नहीं चढ़ पाएगा तो हम बच जाएंगे।
तो चलो जल्दी।
अरे ये दोनों तो पिंजरे के ऊपर ही चढ़ने लगे।
बाबू, थोड़ा और ऊपर चढ़ जा।
बच नहीं पाओगे तुम दोनों मुझसे। मैं खा जाऊंगा तुम दोनों को।
अरे चिंटुआ, शेर भी पिंजरे पर चढ़ने की कोशिश करने लगा।
डरो मत, वो नहीं चढ़ पाएगा।
और अगर चढ़ गया तो?
चुप कर, डरा मत मुझे।
बाप रे, इस पिंजरे के ऊपर चढ़ना तो बड़ा ही मुश्किल है। गिर गया।
देखो चिंटू, शेर गिर गया, अब हम बच गए।
मैंने कहा था ना कि शेर पिंजरे के ऊपर नहीं चढ़ पाएगा।
अबे शेर खान, तुम बूढ़े हो गए हो। तुम एक पिंजरे के ऊपर नहीं चढ़ पा रहे हो।
नहीं नहीं, मैं बूढ़ा नहीं हुआ हूँ, मुझ में अभी भी दम है। ये देखो। या
चिंटू बचाओ, मैं गिर गया।
पिंजरे को पकड़े रहना बाबू, मैं तुम्हें बचाने की कोशिश करता हूँ।
हाँ, जल्दी अपना हाथ दो इधर।
जल्दी पकड़ो हाथ बाबू, मैं ऊपर खींचता हूँ।
बचाओ।
अब कैसे बचोगे तुम दोनों? तुम दोनों मेरे पेट में जाओगे।
मम्मी पापा बचाओ।
So let's talk about something that honestly caught a lot of people off guard in the best way possible. The upcoming 2026 Acura RSX EV. Yep, that RSX. A name that instantly brings back memories for longtime Acura fans. But this time it's coming back in a completely new form, and honestly, that's what makes it so exciting. If you remember the original RSX from the early 2000s, it was all about being sporty, youthful, and just fun to drive. Fast forward to 2026, and Acura is reimagining that same spirit for the electric era. This isn't a straight-up reboot of the old coupe, but more like a modern interpretation, a sleek, performance-focused electric crossover that still carries that RSX attitude. First impressions? The design looks bold, futuristic, and very Acura. You can tell right away this is part of their next-generation EV lineup. The front end is clean and aggressive, with a closed-off grille area that gives it that unmistakable electric look, while still keeping Acura's signature lighting and sharp lines. The headlights are slim and edgy, and the overall stance feels low, wide, and planted, more sporty than SUV, which I think is exactly what fans were hoping for. From the side, it really stands out. The roofline slopes back smoothly, almost coupe-like, giving it that fast, forward-moving profile even when it's parked. The wheels are big and sporty, the body lines are sharp but not overdone, and there's a nice balance between athletic and premium. Around the back, you get a clean, modern design with a full-width light bar that makes it instantly recognizable at night. It looks like something that belongs in 2026, not something trying to hang on to the past. Now let's talk about what's powering this thing, because this is where the biggest change happens. The 2026 RSX is going fully electric. No traditional gas engine here, and no hybrid setup either. This is a pure EV built on a new electric platform developed with Honda's next-generation tech. And honestly, that makes sense. Acura clearly wants this to represent their future, not just their past. While exact numbers haven't been officially locked in yet, expectations are pointing toward a dual-motor setup on higher trims, which would mean all-wheel drive and some seriously quick acceleration. This isn't about top speed bragging rights. It's about instant torque, smooth power delivery, and that effortless speed EVs are so good at. Think quick launches, confident passing, and a driving feel that's more performance-focused than your average electric crossover. And even though this isn't designed as an off-road vehicle, Acura is expected to give it some light off-road capability, more in the adventure-ready sense than rock crawling. With all-wheel drive, a well-tuned suspension, and drive modes that can handle snow, rain, and rough roads, the RSX EV should be comfortable tackling gravel paths, dirt roads, or weekend getaways without breaking a sweat. It's the kind of versatility modern buyers actually want, sporty during the week, capable enough for fun escapes on the weekend. Inside, this is where Acura really plans to show off. The cabin is expected to feel modern, clean, and premium without being overly complicated. You'll likely see a wide digital display setup, combining a fully digital gauge cluster with a large central touchscreen that handles navigation, media, and vehicle settings. Everything is expected to be laid out in a way that's intuitive, not distracting, which is something Acura usually does well. Material quality should be a big step up too. Expect soft-touch surfaces, premium trims, and an overall feel that reminds you this is a luxury brand, even if it's aimed at younger buyers. Acura has been talking a lot about sustainability lately, so don't be surprised if recycled or eco-friendly materials make their way into the seats, door panels, and trim pieces. Space-wise, it should be more practical than the old RSX ever was. You'll have usable rear seats, decent cargo room, and a layout that works for daily driving, road trips, and everything in between. It's not a massive SUV, but it's way more versatile than a compact coupe, which again shows how Acura is adapting the RSX name for today's lifestyle. When it comes to range and charging, expectations are solid. The RSX EV is rumored to target a range that comfortably clears the 300-mile mark, depending on the configuration. That puts it right where it needs to be to compete with other premium electric crossovers. Fast charging is also expected, meaning road trips won't feel like a chore, and daily charging at home should be easy and affordable. Now let's talk pricing, because this is always the big question. Acura is positioning the RSX EV as a premium but attainable electric vehicle. Early estimates suggest it could start somewhere in the mid-$40,000 range, with higher trims pushing closer to the $50,000 mark. That puts it above mainstream EVs but below some of the more expensive luxury competitors, which feels like a smart move. And when you compare it to past RSX models, that's where things get really interesting. The original RSX was all about being affordable, sporty, and fun for younger drivers. The 2026 RSX EV keeps that youthful, performance-oriented spirit, but translates it into something that fits today's world: electric power, modern tech, more space, and a more premium feel. It's not trying to be a nostalgia car, and that's a good thing. Instead, it's using the RSX name to signal attitude, excitement, and driver engagement, even in an electric package. And honestly, if Acura can deliver on that promise, this could end up being one of their most important vehicles in years. So the big question, who is this car really for? It feels like it's aimed at drivers who want something stylish, quick, and modern, but still practical enough for everyday life. People who like the idea of an EV, but don't want something boring or generic. People who remember the RSX name, and people who are discovering it for the first time. If Acura gets the pricing right, delivers strong performance, and nails the driving feel, the 2026 RSX EV could be a real standout. Not just as an electric car, but as a statement about where Acura is heading next. Personally, I love that Acura is taking risks again, bringing back the RSX name, making it electric, and giving it a bold new identity. It shows confidence. And in a world where a lot of EVs are starting to blend together, that kind of personality really matters. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the RSX coming back as an EV? Do you like the direction Acura is taking, or would you rather see a more traditional sporty coupe? Let me know your thoughts, and if you're excited about this one, make sure to stick around, because once more details drop, this is definitely a car we'll be talking about again.